Round 12 of VFA football. Welcome to Cramer Street, Preston, out in the northern suburbs for the match between the traditional rivals, Preston and Coburg. Both sides lying just outside the 5 on percentage. So
up forward.
And Aidan, your CIA days have held you in good stead for this assignment.
Yes, indeed. Although it's colder than the mother-in-law's kiss down here, Sam. It's very
lovely line, Aidan. Aidan Toomey, the executive director of the VFA. And another guest today, special guest. It really is a week for guests. Along with B2, we have Graham Dawson. Smokey, welcome back to ABC and the cameras.
Terrific to be here, Ross. Yeah,
you're a Bullhound supporter.
Yeah, a long time since I've been out to Cramer Street, but looking forward to the game.
Okay, Brian Allison in there for the Lions, getting the first free kick of the afternoon, and you can see the wind whipping Brian Allison's hair there. They're kicking with the breeze, Coburg, to the southern end. It's a cool northerly. Big fist away and out towards Kerr for Preston.
And that breeze, Roscoe, is quite a pronounced advantage, isn't it? You know, we saw in the reserves game, it really does pick up at times. It could be anything in the vicinity of 6, 7 or 8 goal breeze.
Yes, Preston kicked 8 goals in the first quarter last week against Dandenong to wrap the match up. But they're going into it today. Preston through King out to half-back. And Dobbs.
Get back on your man. If there isn't, get in and give him a hand. Come on. And if he's left out on his own and he gets a goal, well, we're just going to have to live with that. But we can't live with the in-between. So make up your minds. Buzz it a few times, you're one of them. All right? You've got to either be sticking with your man or getting in and grabbing that ball. Okay, Shadow doing a good job back there. Munner's the same. Okay, that's working well. Pete, just watch him when he's just going around looking for an easy kick. Come to the back line. He probably won't try it this quarter. But if he does, just
okay, well, there's Neil Jordan speaking to the charge.
Coburg, that initial 15, 20 minutes, and this man on screen, certainly the architect behind Coburg's blistering 15 minutes, kicking 4 goals. Ken Ingram at centre-half forward with his height and strength and prodigious kicking. Here we see the ball farmed out by Griffiths to Ingram, who snapped truly again. Corkamilis slotting the ball easy as you like to Stephen Salvador, who, as Brian correctly suggested, opened the goal face up by running around and kicking truly. Adam Baker with his strength breaking clear, kicking the ball on, and Harrison running onto the ball, and another easy goal. All in all, there's far too many easy goals. I felt a lot of soft goals scored by Coburg. Brian?
There were, Sam. Without propping myself up, I think I did mention at the start of the commentary that Ken Ingram perhaps would be suited the conditions here today, Sam, and that the big men of Coburg would be the reason that they would be in front, and that has been the case so far, and providing this rain holds off.
There's another one to Ingram, yeah, you're right.
I mean,
but it's been a very indecisive Preston, hasn't it? You know, and I thought, you know, Neil Jordan made a very, very pertinent comment. Big Jamie Shaw there, those vice-like grip of his. But I just believe Neil Jordan made a very pertinent comment when he said there's been a lot of indecision, players not knowing whether to go for the ball or sit back. Salvador won the few forward thrusts by Preston where they capitalised, but I feel Angwin, he's been well contained by Angwin.
That last play there is Preston's go, where they get to the foot of the pack. They've got a great small man fleet.
Well, they've just got to generate far more drive.
They're all cheering. I reckon they got the bang.
Well, I don't know about whether the great victories around the corner, Brian. I think there's a lot of ominous signs there looming for Coburg, first and foremost, as he rightly said, and there's a lovely communal football. Yes, I'm not so sure.
Oh, that's on the left, I mean.
Well, I'd enjoy that pie at the moment, Sam, because you seem to have eaten all the scones without hesitation.
But, you know, as Phil rightly mentioned, they're just not getting enough quality possession, not winning enough of the ball. And I guess, so I thought, you know, he would have made a couple of changes, but, you know, not enough good players playing well.
Grant Salvador there kicking a vital goal for Preston late in that quarter.
Taranto to Ingram, who, as Phil rightly mentioned, has been their only forward. He's kept them in the game, kicking 6 of the 11 goals. Once again, the Bullhound storm forward through Max Graziano, and he really has been the difference. And Jamie Shaw, look at that snap.
That was a very composed shot, I thought. I mean,
my word. You know, but Rover would be proud to claim that one.
Quite deliberate in his actions there was Jamie Shaw.
I don't know about you. Can you see Coburg outscoring Preston into the breeze? It's a hard one, isn't it?
I think it's a possibility, Ross. The wind has subsided somewhat, and if...
But surely they're not playing well. What do you mean? That's just a statement for the sake of being controversial.
It's not at all, Sam.
Well, how can you possibly say they could outscore them and get back in the game when they're not getting enough of the ball?
Well, maybe
because
that man.
It purely boils down to endeavour. If whichever team shows the most endeavour in this particular quarter, the last quarter was the last.
Taranto for Coburg. Oh, he runs his full measure, gets away with it. Ingram and Burrows bodywork. Angwin with the flight of the football, a courageous mark.
That's a mark.
Now he needs a Graziano ball burster to just about score from there, I would have thought.
Yes, I don't think if he can quite duplicate that feat, although...
That's a pretty useful kick. Distance was all right, Sam.
Oh,
Didn't quite have the accuracy.
I was talking more about the accuracy, actually.
20 points in favour of the Bull Ants. Preston here at Cramer Street. Oh, the odds here, not a very well-directed kick that time. Manarana, but they'll get away with it.
May with a hand pass. Dobbs inside, good running. By King, long. Bouncing aside, there's Pezzin, keeping the ball in play, or trying to with Mark Zanin.
Gee, didn't that ball move from end to end swiftly?
Rapid fire.
Now Niccolo waits. Another goal would be icing on the cake for the Bull Ants. Shaw through Niccolo's hands. He fights on, tries to get out. Capuano cop one. It was accidental. For the winners, Jamie Shaw. Jamie Shaw kicked 5 goals, 3 to Paul Pezzin and to Grat Salvador and Max Graziano. Singles to Jamie Dobbs and Greg Fife and Joe Lumachisi. And for the Lions, there's Neil Jordan, the winning captain coach, congratulating his players in the opposition with Gary Sheldon there. For the Lions, 6 goals to Ken Ingram, 2 to Aiello, Steve Salvador, and singles to Alessio, Gary Sheldon, Vin Taranto and Paul Harrison. But a fighting win here at Cramer Street by the Bull Ants. They're obviously very pleased, gathering around their captain coach, Neil Jordan. And Coburg giving it all, their all today, but just in the end not having enough class or depth. So 4 wins in a row to the Preston Bull Ants, showing in the way. And down on ground level, the Executive Director of the VFA, Aidan Toomey.
Thanks very much, Ross. We've got Paul Pezzin, a great little rover for Preston, as the man of the match. And to present the Vic Safe tankard is Superintendent Bob Lovell from the Heidelberg CRB.
Paul, you did a great job. Vic Safe is all about partnership and teamwork, the community and the police, and your teamwork today has been really inspiring, and I'm glad it's gone to the home team. Well done. Thanks.
Do you want to tell us your secret of success?
It's 4 and a chop. We need to win. We want to make the finals, and I just hope we can win more matches. Next we've got Willie. It's going to be a tough game, and hopefully we can win. All the spirit's back at Preston. We're losing a few games in a row, but everyone's stuck their head in, and we'll make sure we'll make the finals.
Well, you certainly picked up your game after the first quarter. What did Jordan tell you? What did he say to you?
Come, Pez, get a kick or something like that.
No, it's great. It was a great game, and also you get the little MX-5, the Mazda car for a week, and enjoy that.
Oh, thanks for that.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Well done.
Thanks.
We've also got a presentation of the Bill Deacon Shield. It's the shield that's fought for between Preston and Coburg. And to present...
Congratulations on a wonderful game, and it couldn't have gone. I just wanted it to go to Preston today, that's for sure. Bill really loved it, and he would be very proud today. Thank you.
Thanks, Maisie. Want to say a word?
Yeah, certainly.
Just on behalf of the memory of Bill. Bill was a great Preston man, and I think the game today at full marks to Coburg as well. It was really played in a good spirit, and it was a great contest, and I think it would have done Bill proud to be here today, and we're proud for him, and thanks very much, Maisie.
Okay, great motivation the first quarter, Neil, to get the side.
3 snaps. Strong.
Max Graziano, but bad luck to him. He kicked a great goal too in the last turn. And a goal of the day to Vinny Taranto of Coburg. Well,
The scenes that are being brought to you now exactly just typifies that that character that I'm talking about, and it is just a vitally important ingredient when you're talking on, you know, going into a final series, because they're the things that cloy, that, you know, that keep you in good stead, hold you in good stead.
It's great to be part of it.
You seemed to pick up confidence after that first quarter, and you took some big grabs, a couple of big leaps.
Yeah. Once I get one, I can get going after that. Just a bit of a confidence booster, you know.
Usually such a long kick, usually playing the back line, I understand.
I used to play full back, and I used to kick out long, and then they just shifted me, and I just
Great,
enjoyed
well done.
it.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Okay, Aidan Toomey down there with Mac.